Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming back at you with another War Thunder video of Daring Do. Yes, this is going to be a very exciting video when I was flying my P47. Now, I was flying my P47 against the British in a Guam mission where we do the training exercise, what have you. This is the second half of the mission. I edited out the first half of the mission, which was me flying around, getting shot up a little bit, flying back to the base, landing, getting repaired. Okay, so this is me taking off from the base after immediately having been repaired. Our team is down to just two. Myself and that P38 that you just saw fly overhead. So that P38 and myself are going up against two Spitfires and I think a Bowfighter. Now what you're seeing here is a replay of the video, because normally, as you probably know, I do live streaming, and I live stream most of my games from War Thunder on YouTube. And this case, I had taken a break, and I had come back to the game, and one of my squadron mates, JK Crazy, or JKJ Crazy, was on. And he wanted to fly some P47s, or actually he wanted to fly a bomber, and I said I'd fly a P47 with you. Well, he had gotten himself shut down, unfortunately, and I had gotten myself damaged and got repaired. But I had not filmed the video. I did not restart a thread, or a stream. But because this was such an epic dogfight, I had to go back and play the video for you, recording this. So please be patient. The epic portion of this dogfight happens in the second half of this video. This just kind of builds up what's about to happen. Okay, I'm lining up a shot on this third Spitfire, if you want to look at it that way, or you could say the first Spitfire. And I put some slow-mo here because I just wanted to kind of show you. It kind of surprised me. I did like maybe a 2 or a 3 second burst, and he blew up, saving the P38. So now I'm going back to trying to gain some altitude, knowing that it's this P38 myself. I had even considered landing again just to maximize my fuel and ammo, but then I said, nah, I got quite a bit of ammo. I think I'm sitting at like 32,000 or 3,200 rounds right now. So it's me and this P38. Now this P38 is staying low, and I figured, you know what, I'll just go ahead and fly a little high cover because I don't know where the enemy is. So I figured, we'll stick together, and if he sees the enemy, I'll dive down and help him out. That was my plan. Plans don't always go the way you organize them, and we did not have any communications between me and the P38. He might or might not have been an English-speaking person. We didn't chat or text or nothing. So it was basically just I was flying based on how he was maneuvering, and he was flying based on how I was maneuvering, and we kind of fed off of each other. Something I'm noticing on the replay, you'll see my score right now staying the same, 602, right? That goes up based on the amount of time that you're in the air or that you're in contact with the enemy. And right now it's sitting at 602. But later in this match, you will see that I do nothing special, but that number goes up. Right now I have 1 assist and 1 kill. The assist was when I was trying to land. A Spitfire was actually shooting JK, and then I had to shoot him, but he had already gotten shot by that P38. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking around, trying to find the enemy, looking to see, and there we find one. There's a Spitfire. He's coming in straight on to the P38. So I figured the P38, he's not going to go head on with the Spitfire. Maybe he is, because he's got some centerline guns. And then I said, okay, well, I'm just going to go on down there and help him out. Trying to line up my guns. You know, this is a P47, FYI. If you couldn't tell, this thing does not turn worth a darn. So what I'm trying to do is line up a good shot, and no, I couldn't get a good shot. So I'm trying to turn and get behind this guy. I said, okay, turn, 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 please turn. And it's turning, but it's turning slowly. So there, now I've got a good lineup on this guy. But then again, that Spitfire is all over my buddy. So I'm throttling up. I'm just trying to get in there and get a good shot on the Spitfire. And this is pretty much when and by the time I shoot, he had already shot down my P38 buddy and he had crashed. Okay, so now I'm trying to climb up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to wing over, do a high roll, high loop, and try to get on this guy's tail. Well, no, I decided against it. I said, no, I'll just go on and just zoom out of here because I can't outturn a Spitfire. So I run. And I do a little bit more running. All right. Now, knowing that there's a Spitfire, and I also think I remembered that there's a Bowfighter out here somewhere, I'm like, okay, so if I turn now to dogfight with this Spitfire, he'll just shoot me in the middle of a turn. So what I'm planning on doing, this is my whole, and I apologize that this portion of the video takes about 4 minutes. I'm guessing. I'm just thinking it's going to take about 4 minutes of me posturing to get a good opportunity to dogfight this guy. So I'm trying to get altitude, but then I realize he's pretty quick, right? I'm going to outdistance him, and if I get away from him too far, a couple of things are going to happen. He's going to forget about me, or he's going to go about strafing ground targets and win the game. Or I'm going to lose contact with him. I'm not going to be able to see him anymore. So I decide to play it sneaky. I kind of angle myself. See, I'm going straight, but then every now and then, like when he gets to about 1.3, I turn. So it allows him, because he's falling behind me, he's not going as fast as me. I'm turning so that he can keep up. I want him to keep up. I am herding him into our ground flak. And you notice my number went up to 676. Well, that could very easily been from me firing some bullets at these guys. JK says that he sees one in the clouds. Well, I'm kind of looking in the clouds. I don't see him. That probably is not the clouds he's talking about, because he said something about 5 o'clock. So I'm looking behind him at 5 o'clock. He's like an extra set of eyes for me. He was gaining on me. So I decided, okay, I'm going to dive, and I'm going to turn a little bit towards our flak, because I want to put him basically I want to use my flak to my advantage. It gives me a few extra guns. Even if they can't hit him, but you never know, they might do a little damage here and there. And sometimes flak is extremely deadly. Now in this replay, you're not going to see the bowfighter icon. I mean, you're not going to see the little red name point on him, but he is right next to that Spitfire. He's maybe about 1 kilometer to his left. You can see where the flak's bursting over on the left-hand side. That's where the bowfighter is. So I'm like, okay, this is a good angle. I'm flying over my air base. And then Sleepy, the guy who's chasing me, he must have got really cocky because he activated a destroy air target what do you call those things? Order, right? So I said, okay, no problem. I'm just going to fly you over my airfield and flak. And I noticed he was kind of gaining on me. I was like, what the heck? He's at 113, 112. How is he gaining on me that fast? He must be war powering it or something, right? Right. Okay. This is very close to where the dogfight starts. He makes a comment, or he types a comment out that says, let's end this. And then, well, I should say, he said, let's end this now, right? And I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm going to let the flak end this. Or I got a lot of time left. I got about 15 minutes of fuel, and I'm going to run you guys ragged, right? And then he says, do you even know how to fly your plane? Okay, well that gets under my skin. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's time for me to teach him a lesson. So here begins the epic schooling of Sleepy and his bowfighter and Spitfire. Spitfire and bowfighter. There we go. Did I say that right? I don't know. Now, it might be a Buford or it might be a bowfighter. I don't remember. But it's one of those type ground attack, British ground attack aircraft. Twin engine ones. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, so I'm diving to get some speed. I'm generating energy because this thing is heavy and will hold together with its inertia and its kinetic energy. It will hold on to it. It won't bleed it off as fast as a light Spitfire will do. And I thought to myself, and I said this to JK, I said, I've got enough fuel, so I'm going to continue to run around the airfield until they are tired of it. Or I have 5 minutes of fuel left. When I have 5 minutes of fuel left, I'm going to attack. But this is about when he typed those messages to me. Yeah, it wasn't before, it was now. Because I remember I was looking up at him and he was flying past the airfield. Yeah, this is when he typed those messages. Let's end this now. And then a few seconds later, do you even know how to fly your plane? And I was thinking to myself, you can't get under my skin. You know? I know, you're just trying to goad me into turning around and attacking. But he's only 2 kilometers away. Right? This is a Thunderbolt. It takes about 20 minutes to turn around. If I turned around, he would hit me with his 20mm cannons. And then I would be hosed. So I said, no. I'm not going to buy into that. But I noticed his altitude was starting to get a little higher than mine. And I said, okay, maybe I should climb. But then when I started to climb, you can see he's closing in. And about when he got... Okay, I was scanning through to see if I could watch through anybody else's eyes during this video. but it looks like I couldn't. You can only watch through your own friendly's eyes, and since I'm the only friendly in the air, that's the only eyes you can actually watch through. Come on, get back to me. All right, there I am. Okay, so he got within 1,000 meters of me. He got within a click, and I was like, what the heck? How did he get that far? And he put a little bullet into me. So I said, okay, time to start dogfighting. Here we go. Now I want to sit back and just let you guys see what happens, but I might have to give you some editorial. I'm trying to dive. I'm trying to turn and dive. I was hoping that maybe he would dive and break his wings or something like that, but we're really not going that fast. And I'm climbing, and I'm just basically doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Now you hear that twin engine plane fly by, and I said, okay, maybe if I turn, I'll be able to get a shot in on this twin engine plane. Okay, and I'm using my throttle by cutting my throttle to allow this Spitfire to fly past me. Cutting my throttle. Here's slow-mo. He's getting some hits on me. Luckily, the P47 is armored. Okay, I slowed down so that he could pass me up. Whoa. That's one good burst. And then I went back to full speed. So you'll see that quite a bit here. You'll see flaps. You'll see throttle. And you'll see me shooting into nowhere. And we do a little bit of the whole weaving thing. I'm surprised. See, he would have had a couple of good shots on me. There's the Bowfighter, just missed me. I'm climbing and cutting throttle. Not in this case. But in some cases, I'll climb and cut throttle to try to avoid or to slow down. If I had air brakes, I would use them. You can hear the throttle. And I start shooting way ahead of time so that they run into the bullet stream. Because I don't want to... Man, they zoom past me so fast I almost never see them. And I'm nickel and diming them to death, basically. He's going into a death climb. Burst into fire. I said, whoa, look at that. I wanted to like keep shooting, but I lost too much energy and started to stall, so I had to nose down. That was a hit. Somebody crashed. Boom, the Bowfighter down. There was a few times that I thought I was going to hit the ground, but I dove down to the ground so that I could generate some energy, so that I could climb back up. That looked like a pilot hit right there, but you never know. It wasn't a kill because he obviously came back at me. He's under my guns. I think he's trying to conserve ammo, because he's got a few shots that if it was me, I would have been pulling the trigger. But I had, what did I say, 3,000 rounds. He is so close. And I think that was it. Nope. That wasn't it. And then he just crashed. There it is. All right. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this epic play with the P47 against 2 Spitfires and a Dogfight. And boy, man, my chest was beating. I was holding my breath, and it's one of the better fights that I've had in a long time. And this is the score for all the players that were involved. All right. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.